welcome everybody. This is Winnebago Talks. This is a 1 hour show here for this is the 7th episode of Winnebago Talks. My name is Garan, and we are going to discuss things featuring the Winnebago in the news, sports, and music. We need to get more sports, I think. You know what I mean? We always kind of announce that we're going to do sports and stuff, but we do have somebody that's going to come up from the Winnebago Public School to talk to us about sports here today. So just wanted to make that announcement. Join us every Tuesday as we discuss things that Winnebago talks about. Please, if you could, help us share the stream on our Facebook page, which is Winnebago The Big Voice, and let you folks know that it's over the airwaves on KWTN. So if you go to your radio in your car, you can tune into 100.9 FM. Also, we have the online streaming platform. If we go to Winnebago.com and then you look for the radio station tab, you click on that online streaming platform and you can hear us in the studio. We are in Winnebago, Nebraska at the Physical Resources Building. I have 2 additional co-hosts that will be helping with the show. So let's get to their introductions, if you would, please.
Tyler Snake, Winnebago Indian News, Office Circulation Manager.
All right.
Good morning, everybody. Winnebago Communications Office Manager, Bethany Redhorn.
All right. Okay, ladies. So we'll tell people what they have in store today, but we always kind of get started with a breaking news segment. Today, after 4 p.m., this is breaking news. The National Weather Service is predicting severe weather, which could have a potential of producing damaging winds, hail, and even possibility of tornadoes in the Thurston County area. We at KWTN would like to remind all the listeners and those who have elders to make sure to check on them and have a severe weather plan, which includes just in case there's a tornado, where would you go? Where's the storm shelter and stuff? Please don't get your cell phone and try to hunt the tornado down. We were talking about that yesterday, and it's crazy. I also invited Mr. Isaac Smith from the Winnebago Volunteer Fire Department and a tribal council member to come up here and see if he can kind of reinforce that message as well. So that's breaking news. Let's talk about what we have in store for the listeners, those who are tuning in on our Facebook page. We have Chairwoman Kitcheyan, Vice Chairman Chamberlain coming in, and they will be discussing the recognition of same-sex marriage. That was kind of an issue that recently was a topic of discussion at the Tribal Council Chambers, and so we'll be discussing that. We appreciate them for coming up. We have Ho Chunk Renaissance. They announced the Golden Egg Hunt, and the first clues were posted yesterday down at the LED screen. Did you guys go hunt yesterday?
No. I want to win.
That would be awesome. And we also have the Winnebago Public School coming up. There's an honoring that's going to happen for the All-Nation Championship football team happening tomorrow, and we'll discuss that here a little bit. I invited Isaac Smith to come up to discuss some important topics about fire, bad weather, and some emergency management things. As always, we have Angel DeCora, who will do the spotlight segment around this day in Winnebago history and also give us some knowledge. I'm learning a lot from them. Today, the ladies here, if one of the things they said, every day is Ribbon Skirt Day in the month of April. Yeah. So I said, what is for the guys? And so that's why we are wearing, we appreciate Jordann Blackfish for helping us out. The ladies got ribbon skirts on, and then I wore kind of my Indian design shirt. So that's how it catches on. I did not know about wear the ribbon skirt every day. Yeah. Tyler came in. She tried on the ribbon skirt and tell him what you felt like.
I got the first pick because Bethany wasn't here yet, but I feel like a star. I don't know. Just feel more like in tune.
I think that's. I was talking to Jordann yesterday, and she was mentioning that people are coming up to her, and she's like, "Why are you dressed like that?" And she said it's ribbon skirt every day. So they're initiating those conversations, and there's a lot of young gals that are starting to take that movement on. So good job on that one. Make sure you guys take a picture. We have the 7th round of the trivia game. The answer is the score. Tyler has 2 wins.
I'm scared.
Bethany has 2 wins, and you guys tied twice. So it's 2, and 2. Who's going to break the tie?
Me.
The questions are not very hard today. I kind of,
so.
Everybody was like, dang, those are hard questions.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, they're okay, but we'll find. So that's what we have in store today. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in.
Yes.
And we have our Dear Tega segment. Now, on this Dear Tega segment, I would like to go to those that are tuning in on Facebook to help us out as well. We had some good questions, and we have a good question this week. So, how was you guys this weekend? Did you guys go to the circus?
I did, yeah.
How was it? It was fun?
It was louder than I remember when I was a kid, but my son and my nephew, they really enjoyed it.
Wow.
I think they like the cotton candy and toys more than anything, though.
I didn't get to go this year. Bethany, did you get to go?
So, funny story. I was going to go on Sunday with Tyler and my brother. Everybody went, and then I didn't know that you're supposed to trade those free tickets for, like, the actual tickets. So we're, like, all running in, and then we got cut off at the door. They're like, oh, we're sold out. My boys didn't even care, though. They're just like, well, drop zone sound fun. So we just went and...
Still had a good day.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. Did they do that little puppy section that they kind of wind him up and stuff? I think that's the favorite part.
Then when he ripped it off and that dog goes crazy.
That's really
cool.
cool.
Seeing it as an adult. But.
Yeah. If those on Facebook, what was your favorite section of the circus? If you went, let us know. And it's good to be back to the circus. I know that it was like on a 2-year hiatus because of the pandemic. So very interesting. Okay.
Tyler's mic needs to be turned up a bit.
Oh, turn me all the way up. No. Dun, 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 dun. That's a Fat Joe song. Okay, so Dear Tega segment. We need to get like an intro for this and stuff, but it's a good question. And Facebook people that are tuning in, appreciate them. Help us out on this one. Here's the question. Says, Dear Tega, what's up, Tega? Need some help. Me and my girlfriend have been together for 2 years. I love her and I think our relationship is pretty strong. However, I recently asked her for her phone to make a call and she wouldn't give it to me. I asked her if I had anything to worry about or if she had anything to hide, and she said no. She told me to respect her space. Should I be worried, Tega?
I'm getting some flashbacks.
Are you really? Yeah, I mean it's kind of an interesting question and stuff, but what do you guys think that the cell phone, back in my days, in high school and stuff, we didn't have cell phones. We had those big giant ones and stuff. But everybody has a cell phone now, and it's kind of like, would you almost say it's like an extension of yourself,
Yeah, it's like an easy way to reach you, I guess.
Easy way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
No, I didn't feel bad.
I know. I was just like, is it an extension of us? Or no, I didn't want to say yes.
What are we going to tell homeboy here? That does he have anything to worry about? Does he have anything to worry about?
If you didn't have anything to worry about, you would just be like, sure, I just have nothing to hide.
Okay.
But that's just me and my trauma.
Okay. I mean, personal experience and stuff. Yeah, you got nothing to hide. Here you go. Have at it. Here's the access phone and stuff. Bethany, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think there needs to be that boundaries and space and stuff, and it needs to be respected. But at the same time, you should just be able to trust. So if she's saying then you should just take her word for it. But if you can't take her word for it, then there's obviously underlying issues that need to be identified.
Okay. Is anybody saying anything on Facebook? What are their thoughts?
Kiara said yes. LOL. Be worried.
Oh, homeboy, you got some problems. Okay.
I'm a little worried.
All right. I think myself, he has nothing to worry about. 2 years invested, and she says, you know what I mean? You have to, if you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? And you have to kind of tell them, you have to respect your space and everything like that. So I know one of the issues that here in Winnebago is the relationships and things like that. But just respect her space, and you got nothing to worry about, man. If she wants to go and be with other guys, she'll do it.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Right? Yeah. I mean, why waste the time? You got 2 years invested. You know what I mean? So, homeboy, you got nothing to worry about. That's my thoughts. Anybody else say anything on Facebook?
Nah.
That was it? Okay. Well, appreciate the help. So, Natasha said, Dear Tega, ha ha ha. Okay. Well, that was very interesting. At this time, folks, we like to invite our first guest here, the Winnebago Talks, to come on up. We like to introduce our chairwoman of the Winnebago tribe, Victoria Kitcheyan, and Tyler. Yes. Oh, do you have Winnebago bits? I'm sorry.
Kind of forgot them too.
My bad.
But just so a little idea of what you're going to see is food distribution's nutrition class nutrition ed had their healthy eating class for their participants. Ho Chunk Renaissance's language videos that were posted on the tribe's page kind of shed some light and just inform people that probably didn't see them. Little Priest Tribal College's food training, that's today, so hopefully I could get that in time for the deadline. Two Spirit had a crafting class yesterday, and they'll have another one on the 18th for those who want to attend. And I don't know, just be creative.
Where's that located at?
That is at the farmers market classroom.
Oh.
You can go inside. It looks empty, but people are there.
Open to anybody?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the prom doings were last weekend, so kind of talk about the royalty and all that.
Yeah. Congratulations. Danny Houghton was the king, and Sadina Gilpin was the queen. Beautiful. Everybody looked gorgeous. I mean, it was like they came out that night and stuff. So appreciate the parents for. I know that there's you have to go and do some shopping and things like that. In fact, that's one of our questions. What was your favorite thing about it? That's going to be in the Winnebago in the news.
Question of the issue.
Yeah, question of the issue was, what was your favorite thing about prom? So, and we have a new layout. Jordann is working on a new layout for the Winnebago in the news that's going to be coming out this issue. So make sure if you haven't had an opportunity to grab your Winnebago in the news subscription, that you do that, because it's going to be pretty cool. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, cool. All right, we'll call you back.
Well, actually, if you do have something you want in the WIN or shared, you can email me at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com. And our deadline is today at 4:30. So if you have anything right now, let me know.
All right, we'll get to it.
Alrighty. Come back to WIN.
She's coming to compete.
Right.
Two,
All right,
two.
folks. That is going to be the last thing that we do, is that the answer is. It's getting serious. 2, 2, and 2. Come on up here, Chairwoman Kitcheyan and Mr. Vice Chairman Chamberlain. Brian Chamberlain, it's good to see you guys. We appreciate you guys coming up. And we're going to be discussing a resolution that recently took place, as well as some updates that happened. And go ahead and put on the headphones, and so you guys can tune in to us. This is Winnebago Talks. This is the first time we had Chairwoman here, as well as Chamberlain. So we're helping with communications and getting the word out to the Winnebago people. So we appreciate you guys. And I know that you guys are busy, and there's a lot of meetings going on and everything. So go ahead and pick up that microphone there. And kind of an introduction, if you want to give your introduction, and kind of let us know how long you've been Chairwoman.
Good morning, everyone.
Whoops, let's see here. Try it again. Let me make sure.
Is it
Okay, there you go.
Good morning, everybody. This is my first time talking on the radio, so really happy to be on the show this morning with Vice Chair Chamberlain. My name is Tori Kitcheyan. I've been on the Tribal Council since May of 2015, and I've been the Chairwoman of the tribe for 2 years now.
Congratulations, that's awesome. You are also a 40 under 40 recipient from the National Center of American Indian Business Development. Congratulations on that. I know that you were awarded on, and then you're probably one of the youngest chairs to be in the Winnebago tribe, and then the second chairwoman for the tribe. And you've been it for 2 years. So seeing you in a lot of action down there at the chambers as communications officer, and there's a lot of good things that are happening in Winnebago, and your leadership and administration. And then we also have, go ahead and give your introduction, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian Chamberlain, Vice Chairman for the Tribal Council. I was first elected in 2008 to my first term, and I've served off and on several other occasions. So,
Vice Chairman, if you can go ahead and just pick that microphone up and just just pop that guy off, and it should be good. There you go. Now we can hear you
better.
All right. So one of the things that kind of we noticed is that over the weekend there was some TikTok videos, and there's also some social media about a recent meeting that happened at the chambers, and it was in the general council meeting. It was discussing resolution 22-85. Can you tell us a little bit about that and kind of let the viewers know? It's regarding same-sex marriage.
Certainly. Recently, the General Council had reached out, and one of the agenda items was going to be clarifying the code in regard to same-sex marriage. And the way the code is currently written, it's pretty neutral. And on a couple occasions, through my tenure with council, the question has come up, and the past conversation I had, there was no action.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was really, I didn't think it'd be an issue.
Right.
And so when I told Jennifer to put it on the agenda, I thought that it would be something that the council would have a discussion on, and that we would update that code, much like we've updated many of the other codes. We're finding, well, I guess I'd say something nice about the council, that they work really hard, and they're really motivated to update some of the documents and some of the codes and some of the things that we've either outgrown or is no longer serving us, or serving the people. So this code revision was something that was going to help our Two-Spirit relatives, and it was appropriate, and it was something that I think the table, from what I heard from my colleagues, they weren't expecting to have such a robust discussion that day.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some various viewpoints shared, and I think that what had occurred that day is something that was a learning experience for us all, and that when you put people and challenge them to have an open mind and to represent the Winnebago tribe and honor all of our tribal members with equal rights, Vice Chair was very helpful in recentering the conversation to bring it back to, this is about equal rights for all of our relatives.
Right.
And being that we're a sovereign nation and with teachings and beliefs, it was also appropriate that some of the beliefs of some of our teachings emerged in that discussion, and trying to reconcile that with what each of us have been taught in our unique families, and trying to come together for a solution that would acknowledge and respect all of our relatives.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, the discussion was a bit of a tug of war, and it resulted in some hardship for our tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I want to thank our Two-Spirit relatives for doing is for showing up and for challenging our leadership to uphold the teaching that we be good to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And we were reminded of that day in those chambers, that we have a burden to carry, and that's the burden of our people, and we have to pick their hearts up
Mm-hmm.
when they're feeling bad. And it's not the intention of the leadership to make our people feel bad. So I'm going to turn it over to Vice Chair, because I wanted to make sure that we both had time from a woman's perspective as well as a Ho-Chunk male's perspective to share, what our feedback on this was.
Sure. Vice Chairman.
Thank you. As the chair said, the topic in itself was not something that I thought was going to be even of any consequence, and then the way that the discussion kind of expanded and moved was a little surprising, but at the same time, it's something that I think it's time to have that conversation, actually past time. And I'm really glad to see, the council in itself had no real reservations regarding expressing themselves and their individual opinions regarding what we were going after and what the tribe is actually looking to do. But as she stated, from my perspective, it really is about equal representation under the law. The personal social judgment can happen at any point, and it does even today, whether we like it or not. But it's about, does this tribe and will this council support equal representation for all tribal members under the law, regardless of what we feel individually, the law must represent us, and that's what this is about.
Definitely. So I know that in the code it says persons, right, as far as regarding marriage and kind of recognizing that, but the court reached out and just needed some clarification, and kind of, I guess, for those, we kind of have a younger crowd that tunes in, and this is kind of a FYI, the chairwoman doesn't vote on these matters, right? Because I got that question, like, how come she didn't give her input, or how come she didn't cast a vote for it or anything like that? But can you kind of tell us some background on that?
Sure. We have a 9-member tribal council elected by the people, and the chair presides over the meetings. So we have 8 voting members, and in the event of a tie, the chair would vote.
Right.
And I will tell you that I was watching the discussion. I was gauging, the tone of the comments, and I was hoping for a tie that day.
Mm-hmm.
And to be completely honest and transparent with the people, I text Vice Chair and I said, Vice Chair, are you available to join us? Because it was a really important, and I think Brian was at an appointment or something, and I just felt like I really need my vice chair and I need a full council here to weigh in on this topic. And it was really appropriate that shortly after that, one of our other members joined us. So we had a full showing of the table, and every single council member had an opportunity to make a remark. And I think our effort was to build understanding.
Right.
And one of the things that I think I did not foresee and I did not want for the tribe was to bring negativity to our tribe and to make anyone feel disrespected. And so in my capacity, I want to apologize to our whole tribal membership and especially our Two-Spirit relatives for any way that I may have facilitated that meeting that drew out something that didn't serve the people in a good way. And yesterday, can we kind of segue into what took place yesterday?
We got some breaking news that happened yesterday, and I don't think a lot of people know about what took place yesterday. They had a land meeting, a called meeting, so the tribal council can call a meeting, and then during those meetings, right before they approved the agenda, and there was an added item on that agenda, and so if you could tell, hopefully everybody's listening because we got some breaking news on that resolution 22-85, same-sex marriage. Go ahead, Tori.
So over the weekend, I learned that there was a TikTok out there, and I want to give a shout out to Tyler Lemire for her leadership and for her thoughts and her good words that she took to the platform that she knew how to reach her peers, and that was TikTok. And I shared that with the council, and we talked about having a discussion and that this was going to be coming back to the table at the mid-month meeting. Well, Councilman Smith luckily said, well, you know what, I really don't like the way this is dividing our people, and we have much other things that we could be putting our energy into that would help move our tribe forward, and how can we revisit this and take care of this so that we don't step into any space where we would not be treating our tribal members equally and honoring them in the person that they are. So he brought the resolution back to the table, and he introduced some new language that would acknowledge marriage as well as the divorce, and comments were made, apologies were expressed,
Right.
and there was a real humbleness of the leadership to apologize to the relatives that they had offended. And I guess there's no other way to say it than to own it. We offended people. And as the chair of the tribe, I don't get to skirt away from that. If there's something about the council, it's all of us. So I need to hold my team accountable. And so we did that day by revisiting that discussion. Brian, did you want to comment on that?
I think you pretty much captured it all. It was again, it was a well put together discussion, to be honest. A lot of people, maybe the first time around, didn't know how to approach it. There was a lot of sentiment regarding maybe their thoughts weren't centered on it when we actually called for the vote and that type of thing. But at the same time, yesterday's prevailing vote to allow for the equal protection and equal representation that we did was really what everything was about, and it was good to see.
So give us the update. I mean, what happened?
So from that, the motion was made, and
What was the motion?
The motion was made to
Adopt the resolution that changed the language in the code to recognize.
So a lot of the comments that I saw on Facebook and such was that the tribe banned same-sex marriage. And so the tribe didn't actually motion to ban, but the action to allow a divorce and not allow the marriage kind of inadvertently sent the message that we don't allow same-sex marriage here. Right. So although some of my council colleagues said we didn't ban marriage, well, let's think this through, and that's how it was received. And so we need to untangle that and what were our intentions. And so that was what the discussion focused on, is how do we regroup here and how do we uphold all of our relatives. And with that, there was also a commitment from the table to continue this discussion. And in the wisdom of Mr. LaRose, he told us that we're still not on point here. We need to talk to our relatives, and we need to have a broader discussion here. Right now, we're putting what we think would make it right, and we have not even opened this up to those we're trying to help. So from that, I asked the table for a motion for a listening session. So I'm thinking that it's going to be Friday, April 22nd, and I'm working on the logistics to have a listening session and the format that's going to be welcoming and allow people to share. And that if we didn't do this correctly the first time, we have a willingness to mend that and heal. I mentioned to Vice Chair earlier that I watched the meeting again last night because I had to recap. What did everybody say? What happened? What did I say? You know, and I was kind of like, shame on me for some of the things that I said too. And those aren't public meetings. And so like, I think the fact that it's out, it's out there, you know, our general council meetings are not public meetings, they're not broadcast. And so to have that out there isn't good either. And when talking about healing, we're going to go about it in a good way with this listening session. I understand that there could be resolutions going forward to recognize Pride Month. And I think with an open mind and an open heart, the table is going to look at those things.
Yeah, that's good. That's coming up in June, I believe. And
Yes.
then also, I think, Bethany, we reached out to the Two-Spirit organization. There's the Winnebago Two-Spirit organization. They're going to come on next week, and they have an event coming up that we're going to help promote and stuff. But from your perspective, Bethany, you know, as a young person and kind of going through that, was there anything that, you know, I know that the word ban on marriage or anything that you want to ask these folks, Chairwoman and Chairman?
Well, I mean, I didn't actually watch the meeting. I haven't seen anything, or I just seen what was like on the socials. But I mean, I had a brother. He passed away a few years back, but he was two-spirited and just kind of always been there. So I never did have that. I don't know how to say it. Like, I didn't have that complex there of like, this is wrong or anything like that. I just always had an open mind. So I'm just all for all the change.
Sunshine Bear is going to come up, and there's a word that in Winnebago, it's a traditional word that they use to represent the two-spirited, and that there was some conversation that the term two-spirit is a new kind of term that a lot of nations are picking up.
Yeah.
And so I think overall, maybe the Winnebago community, like Louis said, we need to get ourselves educated a lot. Growing up in high school, I was trying to think back of who I graduated with and everything, and there was a lot of people at that time that would make fun of the two-spirit relatives and tease and kind of inadvertently not know and stuff. But as I went to college, it kind of exposed me to some of those things, that the adversities that they go through and the challenges they face, and then let alone being native as it is hard, and indigenous, and then being two-spirited is another obstacle. But our council recognizes same-sex marriage. That happened yesterday, correct?
Yes.
So that's the bottom line right there, and we thank you for doing that, Councilman Smith, and I think it was seconded by Councilwoman DeCora.
Yes.
And it passed, and so there's going to be. So what happens now? Does it amend the code, or what's going to?
So now, essentially, the code has been amended, and the court will have the tools and the guidance with that language to
Perform marriages and divorces.
Right.
Which is really where it began. It's like,
So it started like it came up. Our legal counsel said the court wants some clarification on this, and you guys went through the process, but I think there was in that first section it said what was it 22-86 recognizes divorces but not marriages.
Correct.
And then that was kind of the issue, and it's kind of sent the wrong message that we banned marriages but we can grant divorces. Yesterday, just to kind of recap what happened, is that you guys approved that and you guys recognize same-sex marriage. Wow, that's huge. I mean, thank you for coming on Winnebago Talks. There's a lot of people out there that kind of want that explained. There's media asking us, and there was a lot of people that are inquiring, like, what's going on with your tribe and why don't you do that and things like that. So thank them for bringing this issue. And I think yesterday a lot of the council members, they mentioned that, hey, you know, if our tribal members come to us and let us know, we need to educate ourselves. And there was a lot of apologies, you know, and that was very, very good to see.
I would be remiss if I did not mention the morning started with one of our respected elders, Mr. Jack Lemire, coming down. And Jack's an elder, Jack's a veteran and highly respected in our community and our tribe. And as far as I'm concerned, if Jack says it's okay, then it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And and he came down on behalf of his granddaughter, and in a really kind, loving, respectful way. As we all know Jack, he shared with us that, what we should be reconsidering here. And then shortly after that, Mr. Willie Bass, who's a emerging leader in our community, also came down with his friend and our TIPO, Tribal Preservation Historic Officer, Sunshine Bear, came down. And it was like, I don't know how they heard of the discussion or what, but they showed up in a really respectful manner and educated some of our council on a new approach and how this has impacted their lives and how this discussion is going to go two ways. It could negatively ripple through our community, or we could, send a message of love and inclusion.
That's awesome. I mean, also, Louis mentioned that we need to have discussions, and you mentioned, can you tell us what's a listening session? Just so those that don't know.
A listening session, well, I think it's, you're there to listen. You're not there to share our thoughts or what we think or what people should, the way it should have went down. We're there just to hear from the membership and the allies of our LGBTQ relatives, our Two-Spirit, as we say. I kind of like Two-Spirit better, LGBTQ. I don't want to leave out anything out.
Right.
But you see it all over. You see it in D.C., you see those trans flags, you see the pride flag, and it's just appropriate. I think maybe it'd be really great if we had flags hanging down in town for Pride Month. And there's little ways that we could make someone feel good. There's ways that it would go a long way. And so I'm looking to work with our tribe.
Kind of to echo and take off on that a little bit more. From my perspective, and I know the council shares this, and a lot of people in the community as well, as tribal people, we are always very egalitarian, meaning that everybody is looked at as equals. No one voice is greater than the other. And in this perspective of what we're trying to, I guess, approach with this particular topic, we need to make sure that those tribal members in this part of our community feel that they are part of the community, regardless of how some may use negativity or, bullying and slurs and those type of things. Yesterday's message was really about you're here. You're part of the community. There is, from my perspective anyway, there is no separation between you and us. We are one. We are together. And then at the same time, always remembering that those younger people who are emerging and finding this out about themselves, don't fall prey or victim to anyone that uses that negativity. Understand that there are a lot of us out there, myself and the chair included, who are there to guide and support you in any way that we can, because it's important for you to know that life does, move on. It gets better, that phrase and those type of things. But it's really just about supporting the membership in its entirety.
Thank you guys for breaking that news on KWTN. It's heartfelt, and not every time a council member, a lot of times, you guys are down there, and if they want to come in and talk to you folks and kind of get some more clarity. I know that there's meetings upon meetings, and there's a lot of federal things that are happening, as well as local, regional, and I think that you guys' doors are open. You know what I mean? All this could have been cleared up with more communication.
Sure. Absolutely. And that, what you guys are doing here is a part of that. The more discussion that people have, it's always the better, because not everybody knows everything on day one, and it's like a lot of people, they're wondering, or they have a certain mindset, and in that learning process, they're able to see a different point of view, which then again provides that very real equalness that the tribe has a yearning for.
Right.
And, you guys are definitely doing a really good part in that. So
that's awesome. Well, appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of switch gears a little bit. This is kind of, you guys weren't prepared or anything. I just asked you after that meeting, can you guys come up and kind of announce what took place? And I was all excited, and I was thinking about it last night. I was texting Bethany, and I was like, dang, man, we got the chairwoman and vice chairman to come up. I think that was really cool. So, but, yesterday something crossed my mind, and that was Louis. And they had the 30th anniversary over at Winnebago.
Yeah.
And he said, Brian told me that he was chairman at the time when they started Winnebago, and I think he cast a vote or
Yes.
I'm not sure about the history on that. I'm looking forward to learning that. But in your terms, what would you say your proudest, biggest accomplishment being in on the council table would be? And I'll let you think about that a little bit because it's kind of a question that's thrown at you last minute here. But over my 5 years as being communications officer, there was a lot of good things that happened at the council table and stuff. But maybe kind of tell some folks what do you think your proudest moment, your biggest accomplishment as being chairwoman or being on the council in your terms of serving as a council member?
A couple of things. First of all, it's kind of hard to use the word I when you sit at that table simply because it is very rarely all about you and stuff. But some of the things that I know I really want to point out in that answer is starting the tribe's 401k retirement plan in my first term is something that I consider to be a very good thing because it was always strange prior to I was elected in 2008, so I think we started it in 2009. I was elected as treasurer as well, getting that up and going so people would be able to provide for their own retirement and have something, because we're all getting older. And for those tribal employees out there, take part in the 401k. It's there for you. You will need it someday, trust. But having that kind of longevity plan for the individual employees, because what I definitely believe in is the loyalty of the tribal members who choose to work for the tribe in all of the entities, and then at the same time being able to provide for themselves and lift our community and lift our tribe away from what was inflicted upon us in the past. That is definitely one of the big things. And then the other one is establishing the communication department.
That's right.
Making that motion was something that I definitely supported as a member of the Buffalo Clan. That speaking and communicating is what we're tasked with doing, but then allowing this department and this part of the tribal organization to just basically grow, go do what it needs to do. It's really been an awesome experience to watch and see, because I didn't have any specific plan for it. I just knew that the tribe needed to be, included and communicated with, and you guys have really, really done well. So.
Yeah, I mean, thinking back about, there's a lot of great information coming out. There's a lot of great news stories that Winnebago has, a lot of history that we have, Winnebago Indian News, and then just kind of growing in the last couple of years too is the LED screen down there, the radio station, and live streaming productions. I mean, it's just kind of grown by leaps and bounds and stuff, but the vision to have that foresight to communicate some of those. And then we had hosted some national, like the New York Times and some big newspaper media outlets in Winnebago that wanted to learn more about the Winnebago tribe. Sure. It's huge. So yeah, good job on that. What would you say, Chairwoman Kitcheyan?
I would say initially I was going to say the first thought that came to mind was testifying for the Winnebago Land Transfer Act.
Oh, okay.
And that day Denal and I were in the chambers, and it was a really formidable moment for two Ho-Chunk women that had been working on this and had picked up the work that many of our tribal leaders had carried forward for us.
Can you explain what the Land Transfer Act is?
So the Army Corps of Engineers had illegally taken land from the Winnebago tribe, over 50 years ago, and many of our tribal leaders, going back to LaRose's leadership, have been trying to get that land back. And because the Army Corps of Engineers illegally condemned that land, only an act of Congress could get it back. And so for many years, the tribe has been working to get that back. I'd say over the past 5 to 7, I've seen a really concentrated effort, and we've had many hiccups, but we often go to Plan B, C, and D because we don't give up. And we're doing a little bit of that regrouping now. But I will say that moments like that, it humbles you, because it reminds you that you're just a speck in what we're trying to accomplish for the Winnebago people. So that's something that really recentered me and said I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I'm here with one of my mentors, Danelle, who's taught me a lot since I've been on the council. So it was really empowering, and it carried me forward that we're on track.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I just kind of wanted to point out here, we're live. We have about 70 viewers, and look, they're all posting the pride flag. So thank those viewers that are out there.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's just kind of that interaction, and we appreciate everybody that's kind of spreading this word of what you guys accomplished yesterday in that meeting, recognizing same-sex marriage and stuff. So a huge accomplishment to that. As always, you know, just kind of in my entertainment round, we have so the Land Transfer Act is still work in progress, right? Just kind of want to finish up that subject, and we hope to get that land back. I mean, that would be, there's not, land is very important to the Winnebago people, and there's not more being made. You know, you can make more, manufacture different things and stuff, but there's no more Mother Earth being made and stuff. So we hold that in high regard. So I think that's very, keep fighting.
In Hawaii.
Oh, okay, there you go. Well, it kind of brings me to my trivia question here that we're going to get you guys to go. All right, so this is kind of something that I always like to do with my guests and stuff. They'll play a game, all right? And we did this last week with Lance Morgan. It's going to be chairwoman versus vice chairman, okay? Yeah, all right, so they're going to go at it. Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm going to ask you to name me 5 things, and Bethany's going to watch you close, okay? You got to name me 5 things, but you cannot say the words you know what I mean? Or you cannot say the words and or So if I say name me 5 colors, go ahead, Bethany.
Red, blue, pink, purple, green.
Yeah, so you see how that, but if you get to that 4th or that 5th one and you say and green, then you're out. You know what I mean? Then you lose, okay? So are you ready? I mean, are you guys ready? Who do you think's going to win out there? Okay, we're going to find out here. So in 5 seconds or less.
Who goes first? We go together or what?
Okay, who do you? Since you're a chairwoman, he's gonna go first.
Okay.
Put the pressure on him, right?
Hey.
Okay, in 5 seconds or less, you cannot say the words and or Name me 5 of the 9 council members on the Winnebago Tribal Council.
5,
Tori, Lorelei,
4,
Rona, Louie,
3.
Kenny.
Dang, he got it. There you go, man. Give him a round of applause. He got it. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, 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 woo. Chairwoman, are you ready? Okay, so it's 1, Brian. You cannot say the words and or Get that out of your head. Okay, 5 seconds or less without saying the words and or Name me 5 tribes.
5,
Omaha,
4,
Winnebago, Santee,
3,
Ponca, Apache.
2.
Dang, she got it. There you go. There you go. Scored is tied up. All right.
This is kind of stressful.
Okay, they get harder as you go on. So
Okay.
round number 2, Brian, here we go. In 5 seconds or less. I think this is actually an easy one, but Bethany told me to ask it. In 5 seconds or less, without saying the words and name me 5 casinos.
5,
Winnebago's, Ameristar, Horseshoe,
3,
Argosy,
2,
Bellagio.
Oh, in the nick of time. 1 second. Give him a round of
I
applause.
know.
He went to Vegas.
I know. I was like,
Bellagio.
I had to think of something.
All right, Chairwoman. Here we go. They get harder as they go on, but 5 seconds or less without saying the words and Name me 5 drum groups.
5,
Motown,
4,
Yabe,
3,
Whitetail,
2,
Helushka.
1.
I couldn't do that. I'm sorry.
You should have listened to our radio station on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Do you know there's a Northern Cree song that I've been wanting to ask you guys about?
You should
I
have
heard it on the radio. I know. I'm slipping. I need to go another powwow.
Okay. All right. Well, but thank you guys for Chairman, Vice Chairman Chamberlain gets the win today. Appreciate that. And then come on anytime if you want to update the membership or anything like that. You know, we're here Tuesdays. It's for the people. It's Winnebago Talks. You know, appreciate Bethany. Bethany, do you have anything to say?
Just thank you for coming on and providing that transparency to everybody, and we appreciate everything that you guys are doing.
I have a hard trivia question for you guys.
Oh, flipping the script. I'm kind of nervous now. Okay. All right.
No time limit, and maybe you won't even know, but back in the day, Johnny Carson hosted The Tonight Show before Jay Leno, before Jimmy Fallon. Who was Johnny Carson's last musical guest?
Last musical guest.
And I'll give you a hint. she sang the song "One More for My Baby."
Oh my God.
You know her.
One more for my baby. Mariah Carey?
Nope.
Dang, that's my. What's yours?
One more for my baby.
I'm gonna have to go to a lifeline here. Where's Ryan? Ryan, help us out here. Who was that one? Who was that question? One more for
Johnny
my baby.
Carson.
It brought a tear to his eye.
Dang.
Oh,
What year was this?
Man, so Johnny Carson,
I think
yeah,
1992.
because Jay Leno took over after that.
So I was probably baking in my mom's belly. What was he watching, Mom? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm sorry.
What's
I
the
don't even
answer?
have a guess.
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler. Wow, that was awesome. Good trivia there.
Yeah.
Way to flip the script and stuff.
I like
Good job.
it.
Thank you guys for coming on. And
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
all right, we appreciate him, and then we like to call on our next guests and stuff. So, Bethany, that was she. I couldn't believe Chairwoman didn't get to answer it for her. She had it on top of her.
I was thinking in my head, I was like, new breed, new breed. I don't know why my mind's always like, I just want to say new breed all the time.
I would have
I
failed
went
miserably.
I went so
Yeah.
good. I should have said another video. No, that one Northern Free song I heard the other night on the radio, it almost goes like Aya or Iya. It's like got a really smooth, almost like soulful.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think
find
you played it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's. I think I got my sound effect from that and stuff. You know what I mean? But wrong sound effect. Oh, another wrong one. Anyways,
Hit her head on the thing, guys.
okay, we're gonna call in our next guest. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Throwing my head around.
Okay, here it is. There it is. There it is.
I was waiting to hear it, and then I just heard that. Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So, who do we have on our stream? Make sure you guys share this. There's 13 shares so far that I got on mine, and just give them a shout out while we call. Who's next?
Ho Chunk
Oh,
Renaissance.
Ho Chunk Renaissance. Come on
Yeah,
down.
shout out to Mindy, Ane, shout out to Keely Purcell, shout out to Monape Lemire, shout out to KT Rice Hill, shout out Alex Cleveland.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank
Yes,
you guys.
thank
and
you.
I'd like to call DJ Bleu. This is my brother. And go and throw on the headphones and go and grab the mic there. And intro music still going here. And everybody's been asking us. We need to get more clues for the golden egg hunt. And I think he's kind of here going to help us out and stuff. So go ahead and take it away. You're on the air now.
Oh. That's me, Choka. No. Hijakishra Hinikadagui. Humped Epigaja. Hochang Rajra, Wanik Choga, Nagamaikate Rajra, Blue Sensoring Guide.
Oh.
Hochang Renaissance Director, Wanakshana, Gihunchiki Karachija, Wanakshana. I'm Blue Saints here, for those of you that are tuning in. And I'm the program director for Ho Chunk Renaissance. And I have one of my staff workers who are going to be joining us here shortly. So I'm kind of stalling just a little bit time till she gets here. She should be right around the corner here. But we're going to be talking about Wanagichke Mas Z Honi, it's called.
Yeah.
And that's the golden egg hunt.
Oh. Is she hiding them right now?
Yeah, she went out there. No, I'm
No.
just kidding. So
We better not say that because they will all be up here at Physical Resources looking around the building and stuff. But no, but anyways, keep going.
Right. So I have a special guest here. Hello.
Hi.
And she's going to talk about the more in detail of the hunt. And then I'm actually, for those who are tuning in, are going to get a special exclusive, some of the lessons of some of the words, some of the phrases in the clues. So
Hey.
you want to tune in or tag people to tune in if they're looking for the eggs. So we're going to kind of talk about some of those words that are in the clues and that are actually be coming out here in the next 15 minutes. So stay tuned, but I'll turn it over to this
Who do
lady
we
right
have here? Go ahead and give us your introduction. Talking to that microphone.
Gina, I'm getting nervous. Sicha to Inga, Hochankarajara, Sicha to Inga. Feet are showing. I'm from the Hunch Hiki Kudich, the Bear Clan.
Mm-hmm.
And in English, my name is Kathy LaRose. And this is the first time I've been part of the Easter egg hunt.
Oh.
So I'm pretty, it's a lot of work.
That's coming up this weekend, right?
Yeah.
The Easter's holiday weekend and stuff.
So I'm really grateful that I had a chance to experience this and also to be on the radio. I have relatives all over the United States.
Oh, so you told them to tune in, give them a shout out.
Yeah, so you guys
Kathy.
check out the radio station, and I think it's just really, really wonderful that we have this now for our people. I'm going to talk about the Wanagitchke Mas Z Honi, meaning the golden egg hunt, and that's what we're working on. So the Mas Z is gold.
Mas Z.
Mas Z.
Oh.
And Mas is metal and Z is yellow. Mas Z. And that's $300 if you find the egg.
My goodness.
And the Mas Ska is the silver egg. Mas is the metal and Ska is white, silver. So that is $200. And the Mas Zeta Shep is the brown. That's $100. Mas metal Zeta Shep bronze, I'm sorry, not brown. Zeta Shep bronze. And the Keteketish?
Yeah,
Cho Keteketish is the blue spotted. And that is the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, that's that gaming platform. So
Yes.
it's not a game, it's the whole Nintendo Switch thing, right?
Yeah,
It's a kind of a hot item.
It's my boys have one. It's like you can play it like as the hard drive that goes to your like TV.
Oh.
Or you can play as a handheld.
Dang.
It's all like attachable and stuff.
Yeah, and those value for they're pretty expensive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I heard they're really high for like $400.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
fun though. They're fun.
But
All right.
the Cho Keteketish, Cho is blue and Keteketish is like spotted. And the clues are going to go up April 11th to the 15th. And the clue for yesterday was already up. And
Where can they find the clues?
down on the digital board across the hospital.
Okay.
And the clues for cash eggs will be posted daily on the community digital board. Clues for Cho Keteketish egg will be posted daily on our website, www.ho-chunk language.com. Clues will be posted at noon in the Ho-Chunk language. Winnebago community members for all ages, only one egg per person. Immediate family of the Ho-Chunk Renaissance staff were excluded from the participation, so we can't go out there and look for the egg.
Dang. So I'm out.
Yeah, and I'm asking you to excuse me. I took some powerful medicine last night, and it made me kind of like slur a little bit. So.
Oh, you're fine. You're doing
But
good.
I'm happy to be here and to see all of you. I think this is really wonderful. So with that, I'll say, Hinikarigi, have a good day.
Hey, I got a question for you
Okay.
real quick, though. But so you're saying you just announced that 3 of those eggs, the clues are going to be in the LED board, but that Nintendo Switch egg is going to be on the Winnebago, or you said the Ho-Chunk Renaissance website. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if people ask, where's the blue spotted egg clues at, they're not going to be on that board.
No. they're
You
gonna
have to
be-
go to the website.
The website, yes.
Do you kind of have to hunt for it, or is that like a hunt
Yeah.
in itself?
You have to hunt for everything.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Mushroom hunt season's coming
Yeah,
up too,
I know.
man. That's what I'm talking about. But anyways, so yesterday the first clues were posted. Can you tell us what those? Because I seen that they were in the language and stuff. What do they mean?
Yeah, so the Cho Keteketish egg, that's a new one. Every year we try to kind of come up with something new. Last year, our year prior, we came up with copper, which was Mas Shuch. But this year, let's just try something a little different. And so we had that game, the Nintendo Switch, and also we're going to be throwing in a $100 gift card to GameStop to go with that. So you can buy your own game that goes with it to start off, or for your kids or whoever. So the value of that is almost $500 for that. So one of the things we want to do is promote our website that we recently launched. We have a lot of downloadable materials. All our books are on there. There's our dictionary. That we have a relationship with the Ho-Chunk Nation, so to order their dictionaries on there, our children's books, all of that you can download. So we wanted just to get people to navigate and check out our website and promote it more. So this one is exclusively for that, and so but the clues are on there. They're underneath the news and events page there, so that's where you would navigate on our page. So Ho-Chunk as in Hochunk. language.com.
Can you put the link in the Facebook?
Yeah, I
We'll,
can.
we'll do that. And then why should people go and hunt for this? I mean, is it a family thing or, I mean, getting outside? I mean, we've been going through winter. We didn't have really a lot of winter storms and a lot of snow, but it's starting to get nice out. And what's kind of, why does Ho Chunk Renaissance do this?
It's because of the, I believe it's because, we want our families to spend some time with their children. A lot of our children don't have that attention from their mother or father or whoever is taking care of them. And this is a time when they can be together. And I just think it's really something where our Ho Chunk families will enjoy. And maybe they don't find the egg, but, they spent that quality time together. And that's what's important to Ho Chunk Renaissance.
Definitely. All right.
Right. And one of the things we also, like to do is that, we're over here kind of in the corner up on, up on the St. Augustine's Mission Hill. And, we always like visitors, we like people to come in and tell stories, we like to even share stories and get these dialogues going now that, there's a period in time where we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But, and so we want kind of people to kind of, to seek the answer to some of these words or just some things you may learn. So that's kind of what we want to do, but kind of things are how are in limbo with the whole pandemic, but that's kind of why we also promote on our website is a lot of these resources are on there to find these answers if you don't have access to a speaker or a friend or whatever. But
I'm gonna go off topic here, Bethany. You told me to ask this and stuff. You talking about stories? Me and my brother, we DJ'd prom, and everybody was beautiful and everything. It was really nice. They had steaks and everything. But he asked me, how long we been in being DJs? And I couldn't answer him and stuff, but he counted it up. So here's my question to you over the air. What would you say our craziest DJ stories ever been?
No, he cannot say those over here. Let's get back to the topic at hand.
What was the craziest DJ story?
I know you always bring personal things in here. These are no, I'm just kidding. No, there's some fun stories we had over time. We've been DJing G's since '99. So, but
Could I share mine?
no. Let's save that for another time when I'm on the air.
Bethany told me to ask. So.
I got my Renaissance hat on now. My
Okay.
DJ hat comes on at night.
I was going to go off topic, but okay. Anyways, Ho Chunk Renaissance hat back on.
Yeah, so we wanted to kind of just...
Wait, can I mention those people that want to hear the story? Okay,
Stop.
anyways, good.
Now he can't remember what he was saying.
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna give a hint. So maybe a couple episodes you can come back on and be prepared to tell it and stuff. But it has to do with cops. That's all I'm gonna. Food
No, okay.
and a tow truck.
If you want to bring fire, I'll bring fire right back and embarrass you on your talk show. No, I'm just kidding. But
Is that your cause, Bethany? No.
Get back into the golden egg hunt. We want to get into some clues. So I think me and Kathy kind of worked out. We said, how are we gonna do this when he come walking over here? So we're just winging it basically. But here I'll kind of go over some of the golden clues,
Okay.
and then we'll make our way down to silver, bronze, and then all the way down to the blue spotted. So the first one that came out yesterday, if you've seen it, is Hampwida Harepra Hachana. Hampwida is kind of when I stopped there for a minute. Hampwida, that's something that we see every day. There's Hahewida as well, but that's the sun. Hampwida Harepra Hachana. So hacha is at the end. A lot of our verbs are at the end in our language, so it's a different word order. So hacha, it's talking in first person, and hacha is to see. So hampwida harepra hachana. So when the sun comes up, you sees the sun is one of the first clues there. So
It's a good clue.
that's the golden egg there. The second one we have coming out today exclusively here in 1 minute is Wiwashikira Hija Hachana. Wiwashik. Every year we come together as a homecoming, and there's Wiwashik everywhere. Kind of give you a hint there. I won't explain what it is, but It's in our songs. We wa chic ya honey we know. It's we wa chic. We wa chic is ya hachana. Remember what I said about hacha. So that's the second clue for the golden one. And I'll turn it over to Kathy for the silver.
Okay, so the silver clue, yesterday it was Nina Waka Chunk Shana. Nina Wakan Chunk Shana. The water's in there and sacred water.
Okay.
Water is sacred. That was yesterday's clue. Today is Wagachajara Hit at Aide Wanach Guna. Wagachajara Hit at Aide Wanach Guna. That's today's clue. Just got to look it up, break it down, and you can figure out what that one is, hopefully. But there is help if you want to give somebody a call or come up to our building.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us a kind of an English hint?
I can't, Garan.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's hearing people, something like that, kind of hearing someone.
So maybe somebody that's listening to the radio.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And yesterday for the bronze, Nik Junkada Scotch Wachana is the clue. Nik Junkada Scotch Wachana. Nik Junk. There's an elder and there's a Nik Junk. And Wacha is a plural of Hacha. I see. Hachana, but it's Wacha turns into there's more than one. So Nik Junkada Scotch Wachana. So Scotch means our games, our play, things like that. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. Today, Wankshik Akara Wachana, again, Wacha, is a first person that sees more than one. Wacha, from Hacha to Wacha is more than one. So, again, Wankshik Akara, that's one of the key words right there. So I'll leave it out there for that. To find that word, Wankshik Akara.
Wankshik Akara. Okay, so if nobody knows anything about like the Winnebago language, you guys are available, right?
Right.
To kind of interpret that and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the things I told the staff is that we're there that we want to help people, but the process that we're going to help people is not going to just it means this and there you go and go off running.
Yeah.
We want you to learn what these words are and just kind of and then eventually you're going to see them throughout the other clues or you're going to understand what they are. So we want to help educate you to do that and have you find the answer, and we kind of give clues like that, and then that's how we wanted to process it. So we're available to help you. It's just that we're going to do it in a different way.
Okay.
So
how about the last one, the last egg?
Okay.
This is the one on the website, right?
Yeah. Blue spotted clue. Okay. Yesterday's was Nawachunk Khate Hija Ashkena. Nawachunk Khate Big Hija A Ashkena. Can I read it? Blue?
Go ahead.
Okay. Nawachuk fence. A big fence is by me.
Ooh.
Nawachuk Khate. Nawachuk is.
Na is the wood. Wachuk Khate is the big fence.
So wooden fence.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Well, it's a fence.
got a
It's not
few-
really wooden
Got a
fence,
few
but
spots in mind.
Yeah.
Not telling nobody.
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Garen, I gotta go. No.
Bear back.
And today's clue is Ho-chunk Nishoch Hachira Wiwank Shik Hachana. Ho-chunk Nishoch Hachira Wiwank Shik Hachana. I see.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't give you
Can't
what
give
it
you
is.
that one.
Okay. All right.
But the good one to kind of just give you a little thing, Ho-chunk ni shochachi. You see that everywhere, and what that means. Who's that? Who is that? It's a group of people. Ho-chunk ni shochachi. You should know what that is, who that is actually. So, and then we talked about we washik earlier.
Yeah.
So,
All right. I think that I could put that one together and stuff. Something with the maybe the Winnebago flag. Is that did I interpret
I don't know,
that?
Garen.
Oh,
I don't
Garen,
know.
that's totally wrong.
Kathy can't
no,
tell me.
No,
That's
you don't
totally
got it.
wrong.
It's wrong. I'm
Okay.
sorry. No.
Well, happy hunting, everybody. Just to kind of some PSAs, things as the father here is make sure if you got kids, don't let them run across the road or try to keep them safe and stuff. But they're not along like the interstate or the highway or anything like that. I mean, or they could be,
I
but
can't tell you that.
okay,
No.
I'm sorry, but I
We're
mean,
trying to get info out of you, Blue.
yeah,
I know.
trying to, you know,
get more and more.
No, we have them in good places.
Yeah.
yeah, just be safe out there.
Yeah. We
You
do.
know, if we have severe weather this afternoon, like I said, be safe out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know if that one on top of our building is gonna fall down or not. Though.
It might.
It might.
Blow out.
Just
Go get
kidding.
that ladder. No.
Just kidding.
It's
no,
not.
no.
Well, I just want to say one last thing before I go is that I hope you all have a really beautiful Easter and, you know, concentrate on some, you know, blessings that we have and all the sacred elements that we have. And I'm just happy to be here, and I'm grateful that I can be part of Ho Chunk Renaissance.
Thanks, Kathy. Come anytime and give us some clues. Help us out. You know, help us
Come
find
and
that money.
I can come and tell scary stories for you. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things we're working on just for the tribal membership to know is that we're working with the communications office here to get some Ho Chunk content, some language, some cultural stories, things like that, appropriate stories that will go out. And we're still trying to figure out the content and what to select from and how to create that airway. So eventually we'll promote that, and so we're
Yes.
getting down to that. So just wanted to let the membership know that that's coming.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you for doing that.
Good
All right, you guys have a good day.
all right.
Thank
The wooden fence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go cruise around town, look for wooden fences.
you.
Man.
Yeah.
That's,
No, there's one. I'm not gonna repeat it, but he said it, and then it stuck.
yeah.
I'm gonna go look for that.
You're
egg.
not gonna give up your
No.
kind of hints. No.
Yep.
All right, man. That's
I mean, I might tell you and Tyler, but sorry guys, can't say it over the air.
is Isaac was Isaac around? Blue was Isaac out there? Okay. Well, come on in. All right, we have Sunshine Bear, the director of the Angel DeCora Museum, and she has an important topic to talk about here today. So, Sunshine, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right.
How are you?
Take it away.
Okay, so
Go ahead and hold that mic up.
So you know that we've been discussing this. I think did Tori and Brian talk a bit about the Two-Spirit issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they broke the news that yesterday there was a resolution that was made by Isaac Smith, seconded by Secretary DeCora, and it recognized same-sex marriage. That's breaking news that we just had here today.
Awesome. So I was gonna do some dates, but I don't want to take away from this very important issue. So maybe I'll share some dates if we have some time. This day in history.
Yeah,
type
go ahead and
of
hold
thing.
that microphone up there. And
Okay, so Two-Spirit is a contemporary term, as we've discussed and had been pointed out. But looking into the meaning of Two-Spirit, the embodiment of two genders residing in one person, and it is a blessing to be able to see life through the eyes of both genders. This was found in an article from Indian Country Today on March 28, 2017. From the same article, imagine going from your nation where you're a celebrated Two-Spirit individual to a boarding school where you're assigned your gender, with any pushback about it being beat out of you. For a lot of our boarding school survivors and those who didn't survive, this was their reality. As a result, there is still healing from much internalized socio-political stigma, phobia, and lateral oppression to be done in the Two-Spirit community. The resilience, strength, and sheer indomitable will of Two-Spirit people is something to be shared with all nations. When you watch the sun rise every day, the sun set every evening, and the moon come out each night, remember the miracle of Two-Spirit people. Not natural, not unnatural, not evil or perverse, just all things in balance and everything in divine order. And that article was written in 2017, like I said, by Tony Enos. I mention these things because it is what has happened here on our reservation as well as across Indian country. We discussed a bit last week about not only oppression, but lateral oppression. So do you remember what lateral oppression is,
Right.
Garan?
yeah, there's a lot of kind of things that if those that want to go back to the episodes can go back to YouTube, and we have a YouTube channel, and they can watch that. So maybe some homework for them.
Well, that was homework for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you
So-
remember?
Terminology wise, so like lateral oppression is where it's
Need a refresher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically bullying, harassment, misogyny, gossip, finger pointing, domestic violence, or abuse. There are many individual motivating factors, but consistently it is enacted by someone or people, a group of people who have been oppressed themselves. We need to remember words like this and colonization, historical trauma, and oppression when we discuss things that have taken our traditional beliefs and shamed them, which is the case here. Beat them out of us, forced our ancestors and boarding school students to believe it was wrong. Some of these students didn't ever, return home. So I'm going to share a story that I got out of the Ho-Chunk Encyclopedia. So bear with me. A berdache is a man who, in conformity with social convention, assumes a woman's role in every respect. The Ho-Chunk word for berdache was Deja Chowinga, blue ocean woman. A young man became a berdache if and only if during his fasting vision quest he was blessed by moon and ordered by the spirit to take up the skirt. If he failed to do this, it was thought that the moon would take his life. It is an institution which entails certain men who dress as women, take on female roles, and may marry other men. They are considered holy and highly respected for special gifts such as prophecy, healing, artistry, and excelling at women's tasks. Berdaches have the reputation of being the cleverest people, the sort who would be good at gambling. They were once held in high esteem, and although said to be shameless, they wanted for nothing and were often taken to wife by men. In contradistinction, men who showed cowardice in battle could be forced to assume the role of a woman upon pain of death. These men were not considered berdaches, so they weren't, considered that high role, nor were they held in any other status than contempt, since they failed as men rather than succeeding as women. So do you see where the stories are getting confused there? I really wanted to share that and point that out, which, we had heard in the tribal council meeting. When you think of these stories, and when we delve more into it, and I know I'll be sharing some information with the tribal council as well, we need to also challenge our thinking, and our colonized thinking. Who wrote them? Who wrote these stories? Who translated them? What if they had strong religious views about, Catholicism? They were extremely Catholic or whatever, maybe they would have not wanted to share those stories. And would they have wanted, do you think, to share the stories of the Xiangega people? Or what if our people didn't tell them to save our Xiangega people because they knew they would kill them? There's so much different thinking that we need to go into when we're thinking about things or challenging our own way of thinking. The Ho-Chungra have a shell spitter story in which the hero bears the name Xiangega, or berdache. The story describes how he flew to the moon, where we now see him as the man in the moon. So this is a warrior story. Now this term has changed into not only a slang, but a derogatory slang. I have heard since I was little, we've all heard that slang. We all knew what it meant, but that meaning is wrong. It is up to us to bring back the real meaning. This is the name of a woman or man, however you interpret the stories, on the moon. So, for tribes, this is more of a third gender role. White society viewpoint focuses so much on sexuality because they operate from the idea of binary, like only a man and a woman can be together. It's hard for some to wrap their minds beyond just a man or a woman. Some tribes have as many as 9 gender roles as opposed to the 2. So I got some of this information from Emmy. Simplified it to just gay people as an injustice. They had a societal role. They had a large societal role. So I just wanted to share that. And the shaming of Ho-Chunk beliefs, not just this belief, our beliefs in general, our language, our culture, everything, we were shamed for being who we were, and we became more and more colonized to now where we are today. So prior to colonization, Xiangega was a positive term. And we only have pieces of stories that now we have to put together. But in my heart, I know our people had a place for everyone. We loved our people. We as a tribal membership need to find the colonized parts of our thinking and find our way back to who we were, who our ancestors were, and decolonize our thinking. And I believe through this, we will heal our people, and it will become a safer place for our two spirits.
I don't know how to follow up with that. We just had a big discussion about that, and it was, really eye-opening to me to see, how she talks about, thinking in that colonized terms of, like our words and what they mean. And, any tribe, when you learn about some of the language and the words and traditions, they never have, a simple meaning. Even for us, when I heard about, for the DeCora, and there was a word for strength, and I was listening to the story, and I was like, wow, it's not just strength, it's has so much meaning behind it. And so hearing this to me, takes that side of your brain that's oh, everything is in a box, and no, it's not. There's so much meaning to it. There's so many, and learning that the roles, it makes more sense to me. And then, reading about the dusk and the evening, that in between there, when I read that, it really meant a lot to me, because it was it gives you a perspective of having that in between, of being able to understand from a woman and a man's perspective. And not, the article also talked about the roles, and how Two-Spirit people would help with elders or the children in the community, and all these different things. And it really brings to light that, for me anyway, reading that. And so I hope that when we're going into this next week, that we all do a little bit of education, and we all do a little bit more reading, and we all take from that and learn, and as much as we can, because just like Sunshine said, it's up to us to kind of bring those things back also, and those missing puzzle pieces. And it takes a lot of reading and thinking and talking and discussing, and so I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
Can I share a story with you? You said something that kind of reminded me of this story about the gambling, that they were good at gambling. Little Priest Tribal College, I used to help them out when they used to attend the American Indian Higher Education Consortium, the AHEC conference.
Yeah.
We're down in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Cassie, Kitcheyan, Wombly, those guys had a championship hand game team. And we were up in Rapid City one time, and we had to take on Ogallala Lakota College up there in Rapid City. They had a big thing, and they had a big wall of supporters, and everybody was singing, and it was just wow. So I don't know if you ever attended hand game.
Yes,
they're loud.
Yes.
Everybody gets into it. And there was one guy, he was really tall, but he had earrings, and he was two-spirited. And I always remember him. Then Little Priest ended up winning that championship game. And Lakota College got defeated, but they were good sportsmanships. And, it's kind of... So the next year, we went down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I asked that guy, and he was kind of mentioning some stuff about how they asked him to be on all these hand game teams. And I was like, why is that and stuff? But he mentioned that the Two-Spirited are good at hand games. And I was like, oh, okay. So we've got to make sure that we have them on our team and stuff, because they'll help us win. And I was like, well, can you see it? Or what is the thing? And he mentioned that he used prairie dog dirt on his hands before he goes into a game. Prairie dog dirt? Why do you use that? But the legend has it amongst the Lakota is that Crazy Horse would put prairie dog dirt on his body, and he wouldn't get shot by the soldiers. And so when he puts prairie dog dirt on his hands, they can't find him. They can't find what's the bones are in and stuff, so he would win.
Yeah.
And I always remember that. So when you mentioned that the Two-Spirited were good at gambling and stuff, I thought of him, and I thought that was pretty interesting, something that I never knew, and kind of what he uses. And those hand games, oh man, they really get serious about it.
They do.
I have one guy, he paints his face. I did kind of like a documentary for Little Priest, and we would come all suited up, but they would wear the ribbon skirts, and all those singers and the girls behind the singers, and then they would use noisemakers, and it's just a big giant.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a great feeling and stuff. So when you mentioned that, it brought that feeling of those hand games back, and that story that guy told me. So I just kind of wanted to make mention of that.
Yeah, and I think that, me, myself, I really don't want to offend. I know none of us want to offend, and it's important because we all have someone. I have, my family who I love very much, who some of them are two-spirited, and just helping them deal with the world, is important. And I think that as we go into this, just like Jordann said, we need to educate ourselves, come up to the museum, read some stories, talk with us, we're always willing to talk to anyone, and just remind all of our two-spirit relatives how extremely important and precious they are to our people, and we just need to get past the colonized mindset that, they're something bad, because they're not. They're very, precious, and, prophets, they had different areas in the community, and we don't want to forget that. We want to remember that and remember how important they are. So
we have the Two Spirit organization coming up and promoting their event next week. So make sure you tune in on that. We appreciate you explaining those stories, explaining what that meant for the people and stuff. Any follow-up questions or anything that you have for Jordann or Sunshine?
Oh, I appreciate you ladies coming up, and you guys always you ladies have such good words to share all the time. Go ahead. I was gonna say, one thing is someone was asking about your shirt.
Oh, this was for our run this November.
Yeah,
Is that when it was?
Walk run.
Yeah, our virtual walk run.
We didn't plan it either.
Yeah,
that's what me and Tyler did too. We had to show up with the same colors on. But she said she really likes the layout on it, so she was wondering where you got it.
Oh, we designed it ourselves for our walk run. We have a couple left up there. If anyone wants to stop by,
they can't hear you.
We have a couple left up there. If anyone wants to stop by, stop by the museum, and maybe we have a couple that might fit you.
These ladies got ribbon skirts on because it's wear your ribbon skirt every day month, right?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Well, I got my wajay on, but it's the same thing.
Yeah. And like I said, what do guys do and stuff? And you just said to throw on ribbon shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I did too. So we appreciate you guys bringing that awareness to us. And I'm going to probably walk around maybe the casino a little bit later on or something.
And go look for eggs.
Yeah,
after that.
go look for eggs. And people are like, why is he... Was he going to be dancing later on or something like that? But I feel good. Tyler came in and she's like, man, I feel special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you wear those, it just kind of brings a whole different, I was always told, you look good, you play good, or you look good, you feel good. You know what I mean? So that's just that whole prideful thing. So good job on that. We have a homecoming, 156th Homecoming Winnebago annual celebration commemorating the return of Chief Little Priest and the Company A Scouts.
Yes.
July 28th to July 31st. Update.
There's not much to update. We are just getting in the planning. Look for a poster very soon.
Okay.
Which I hope everybody shares. We, like I said, have the Winnebago Homecoming Celebration Facebook page. I think I shared last week that the food stands are all taken. So we are just looking for arts and crafts vendors. If you need to set up an informational booth, I know like Whirling Thunder, them guys. Myself, we usually have, the museum has an informational booth, Renaissance, everybody. So yeah, if they can get a hold of me to get those going so I can save their spots.
How about like family specials? Like who do they contact on that?
So family specials, they would contact myself, Rona, or Tara Marufo.
Okay.
And just to try to get those in as soon as possible. We want to everyone to have their time, especially now since, we have our 4 days.
Right.
Because of COVID, it really kind of took us back a step, I think, especially with our songs. We got a project coming up too, Garan, which is going to work on our songs. And, there's so much stuff that we're working on and trying to save as fast as we can, and we just don't have enough time, I think.
Battle of the Bustles.
Yes.
One of the highlights. The fancy feather dance special that's happened and sponsored by Little Priest Tribal College. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge and stuff. I used to fancy dance, and man, Winnebago was a really humid powwow, but they said go to Oklahoma, and yeah, they weren't messing around in Oklahoma. They don't even dance during the day. They wait till the sun goes down because, woo, boy. So, can the homecoming powwow committee bring in air conditioners, like a big, massive air conditioner?
Gee, I don't know.
I'm all requesting things here.
Everybody handing out full packs at the grand entry.
I'm just playing with you. But thank you for coming in, Sunshine Jordan. Appreciate
Yes.
you. Thank you for
Yeah.
helping. We're going to get some pictures.
Yes,
as well
I was
and
gonna say
stuff,
thank
but,
you, ladies, for saving us this morning.
Oh
Definitely,
yeah, no problem.
definitely.
You're welcome.
Okay.
The museum also shared a story about the corn. It's on our page, and as you know, corn is very special to our people, and it's also both genders. So,
Okay, it's on
yeah.
your guys' Angel
Yeah.
DeCora Facebook page.
Okay.
All right, stay here. You guys are going to have to help us out because it's
yeah.
time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's time. I don't know if Isaac, if you're out there, did anybody see Isaac?
I didn't see Isaac.
I seen him earlier, but he might have had to run. Maybe there was a situation that came up with the fire. But I want to get that information out to the people about emergency management and the Winnebago Volunteer Fire Department and stuff. He has a big role in that too. But we're gonna go into the answer is. Finally, we're kind of a little bit behind schedule, but that's all right. Bethany, are you ready? You got to get the win. The questions are not hard. You should know these questions by heart. Okay? Are you ready?
Turn
Yes.
off your Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. Phones on the floor.
Okay, here we go. First question. The answer is, folks, you might have to help out Bethany tune in here. Here we go. First question. According to this movie, who do we not talk about?
Bruno.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, Bruno. And dang it, I don't have my... You keep score for me.
Okay.
Okay? So you got that answer down?
Yeah.
All right. Bruno?
Yeah. Do that noise.
Okay. Question number
Gee,
2.
can I remember?
Here we go. Question number 2. Will Smith made headlines when he had an incident with Chris Rock at a awards ceremony. Back in the days, he had a sidekick and a pretty cool DJ. What was this DJ's name?
Oh shoot, man.
I'll remember like Getting Jiggy with It, those ones. Going back to Miami. Remember that one song they had Y2K with Casey and JoJo?
Man, I don't know why I'm just thinking of that DJ Yazzie or whatever his name is.
DJ Yazzie?
Yazzie Yaz or something like that. I don't know. I'm probably way off.
DJ Yazzie?
Yeah.
Okay, DJ Yazzie. All right, question number 3. All right, Winnevegas is having a promotion that was on the back of the Winnebago in the news. This promotion's on the back of the Winnebago in the news. This promotion gives customers a chance at $500,000. What is this promotion called?
It's like, man, it's like win $500,000 or something like that.
Win $500,000?
Yeah.
That promotion's called Win $500,000.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, win $500,000. Okay. Question number 4. Little Priest Tribal College has named their buildings. Okay, there's signs on every building. You know where they eat. It's called the Wolf Den. You know, there's the Elk Building. What is the main building called?
The main building is called. Hold on. There's the Elk and the auditorium, and then it's like the wolf. Or no, the Wolf's Den is the other one. It's the bear.
The Bear Building.
Bear Building.
Okay, all right, the Bear Building. Question number 5. A couple weeks ago, a powwow committee came on to discuss a powwow that's happening in Sioux City at West High School Gym next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. What is that powwow called?
Return of the Thunders.
Return of the Thunders. Okay. All right.
So that smile looked real confident.
Return
Go
of
get
the
Tyler.
Thunders. Go get Tyler.
I didn't go get her beforehand. So.
Here's her answers.
The answer is, folks, also tune in. Stay there, Sunshine. You're going to have to, Jordan, I'll have you sit over there, and then Tyler will
Trying
sit
to
there.
leave.
I know. But I want you guys to get pictures of these ladies here and there.
okay.
Also, Thursday, All Requests Live with Bethany is going to be on the air. Top 5 are what's the most requested. I go, come on and have a seat here. But what are the songs here for All Requests Live?
The 5 songs this issue are for this one. Hold on. I know one is, the one from last week is The Best Part of Life by St. John.
That champed out, huh? Dang.
Yes.
Well,
I get
so-
mad props.
Yeah, you do, because you picked that song. So here's the thing: is like we put in our request that we think that the Winnebago listeners are gonna vote for, and so I said if whoever gets it, get mad props and stuff. So she requested and she put in, what was it? The Best Part of Life by St. John. I never heard the song myself, but
I've
people
never
voted
heard
for it.
it.
Yeah, you never heard for it either. Okay, people voted for it, so that was really cool. What's the other ones?
2, Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
You heard that one?
Yeah.
3, Feel It in the Air, Beanie Siegel. 4, Juicy Fruit, M-Tomb. And 5, Scar Tissue, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, some Red Hot, some RC, whatever that acronym is. and stuff.
RHCP.
Yeah.
RHCP.
All right. She did pretty good.
I'm scared.
They told me don't make the questions hard, so I didn't.
Okay.
But she did good.
Oh, I was close. Man.
She did really good. Okay. Are you ready?
Punch in the air, Tyler.
Here we go. According to this movie, who do we not talk about?
Bruno.
Final answer?
That was quick. We don't talk about
Hold that
Bruno.
microphone, Tyler. We can't hear your answers.
Wait, let me see.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about.
That was my question.
How's the song go then?
I don't know.
My little guy sings the heck out of that
I gotta
song.
go get Malcolm.
He sings the heck out of that song, and says, he even knows the words after we don't talk about Blue, no. And then,
Knew it.
Then that lyric, he goes, but it was my wedding day, or something like that. Okay, anyways, question number 2. Oh, all right.
1-1.
1-1. You got it right. Oh, my bad. Good job. Both you guys tied up. Good job. Give them a round of applause. Jordann, help us out. You're our only studio audience here today. Okay, question number 2. Will Smith made headlines when he had an incident with Chris Rock at an award ceremony. Back in the days, Will had a sidekick and a pretty cool DJ. What's that DJ's name?
Gee, I'm not that old. Nah. I don't know.
Give me a guess.
Do I get the
No, you guys are tied. Can't reach out on this one. Oops, sorry.
I don't know it.
You don't know it? You don't know it. You're not gonna give me a guess?
No.
Give me a guess.
Okay.
Say DJ Guaranteed or something. I don't know.
Okay, DJ Ganti.
Okay. All right. That answer is wrong. And was she right?
I was close,
No,
huh?
she was close.
I was real close.
Yeah,
DJ Jazzy Jeff was his sidekick.
It was one of the characters?
No, that's his DJ. I mean, like that was
I can
back in the
realize.
days because he was a rapper before he became a movie
Remember
star.
I would have never got it.
Wow.
I played that
She
song.
couldn't even I'm super old. Karen.
I was born yet.
Super. You use super old. Okay. All right. Question number 3. This one's gonna be. I think you're gonna get this one. Winnevegas is having a promotion in the month of April for the 30th anniversary. This promotion was on the back of the Winnebago in the News on their advertising section. This promotion gives customers a chance at $500,000. What is this promotion called? It happens every
It's on
Saturday
the
in
radio.
April. They have that big kiosk out there. You guys went out there for the ribbon cutting. The GM announced it. It's been on back of the Winnebago in the News. It's on their Facebook page. It's
So
probably
it's
you
everywhere.
drive
You
by
should've seen
everywhere.
this.
You know what I mean? The billboards up there.
Yeah.
What is that
Put the
promotion called?
You
pressure
could
on her.
win $500,000. I know. I heard it on the radio. He repeats that part. So I don't know.
The nail biter.
Yeah, I just know you can win $500,000.
Yeah. I mean, what do you give the promotion a name?
I'm blank here.
Give me help us out here. What do you think?
No.
What did you just say? There you go.
What is it?
Win $500,000.
$500,000. The correct answer is press for cash.
I said the same thing as you.
I
Press
thought these
for
were
cash.
easy.
It's on the back of the Winnebago.
Well, I
in the
must have spin
News.
to win.
It's on the. You guys should.
These are small details.
You don't look at the advertisement that they.
I look at it, but I don't read the whole thing. I
Okay.
should.
So what's the score?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
What? I thought these were easy questions, man. Okay. Question number 4. You should get this one. Little Priest Tribal College has named their buildings. Each building has a name. What is the main building called?
with these details, man.
You guys go up there and do a lot of interviews. You guys
We go to the Wolves Den every day.
go to the Wolves Den. They serve lunch up there.
Hey, they serve breakfast all day.
Do they really?
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that in there, but I just found out yesterday.
Shout out to Little Priest, who's gonna do Battle of the Bustles at the homecoming celebration too.
I'm just gonna say Little Priest building.
Little Priest building. That answer is. Oh, sorry. My bad.
My eyes got a big too.
It's called the Bear Building. She's right.
I was right.
So
She got
1,
it.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in order for the tie, you have to get this one.
All right.
Okay.
I'm scared.
A couple of weeks ago, a powwow committee came on to discuss a powwow in Sioux City happening at West High School next Saturday. Not this Saturday, the next Saturday. What is that powwow called?
I don't.
She's trying to put the pressure on. What is that powwow called? The UNL is going to have a powwow at the same time down at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
I know they start at the same time. They
Yeah.
both start at 1.
Both start at 1. So
I know that, but
I think Notch Thomas is arena director. There's a head man dancer, head lady dancer, Kylie Merrick, Chris Denny,
give me a
MC, communications officer for the Winnebago Tribe.
guarantee it's gonna be there.
What do you think?
Kind of named everything off, but not the name of it.
Yeah, Sioux City. You remember the poster? What's
Yeah,
that?
you know, you've
I
seen the
have
poster.
the poster in my mind. I just don't.
Give me
I
a
need to start reading them.
title of that powwow. What's the name of it?
It's just silence. It's crickets right now. I don't know.
Cricket's powwow? Give me an answer.
All
Come
gathering.
All
West all gathering. I don't know.
on. West Side. No, I'm just playing. That answer is. Oh, sorry.
You keep
Why do
doing
you
that
keep
to me?
I know, he's just doing that.
I should do this one,
Press the
right?
whole bunch. Press.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
The music gets to me.
That answer is okay. So we have a winner.
Yeah.
We have a winner,
Surprisingly.
Bethany.
Yes.
Give her a round of applause. There you go,
I'll let you
My
Bethany.
have
Mario
this one.
pose.
I'll let you have this.
You know when Mario goes over when he wins
Was it
that
3-1?
round?
What's that?
3-1.
You want it to?
How many did she get right?
Was it 3?
So that was for everybody
So
that's
she got
listening.
Bear, she got the powwow, and she got Bruno.
Yeah, so 3-1.
And then she
Oh,
got
got that
Started
powwow
off
right, too?
easy, Then you lied
she
a
got
little
Bruno.
bit there.
She got Bruno right.
Yeah, she got
and then
Bruno.
that's all she got.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Tyler.
It started off easy, then it was real hard. No,
But I
Hey.
got that powwow one right.
Yeah, Return of the Thunder.
Return of the Thunder.
Next Saturday. Make sure you
Would've
guys
never
check it
got
on
it.
out if you have opportunity. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I think a lot of powwows are starting to boot back up. Winnebago, I think the education department is gonna have honoring the children. Maybe get some information about that. But we had scheduled Mr. Adam James to join us here today, but he is dealing with something down there. But he wanted to announce tomorrow they're having a honoring the All Nations Championship team, the Winnebago Tribe. Hey, Bethany, while I tell about that, can you bring one of those coats in here? Let
Yeah,
people know what they look like and stuff. The HCI bought the All Nations team some rings, some championship rings and stuff. And then the Winnebago Tribal Council, as always, when they have a team go to state or something like that, they buy them like maybe a sweater or a jacket or whatnot. And the Winnebago Tribal Council went all out on this one, and they bought them some jackets, really nice jackets that they can use in support. It has the All Nations logo and stuff. But here's the jacket on the back. They represent right there. Yeah, it says the seal of the Winnebago Tribe that all the football players were going to go get. And then on the front, Bethany, it has just describe All Nations 2021 champions, Winnebago Indians. And then this one right here is for the video manager, Brandon. So everybody has an embroidered name on there, you know, the quarterback and everybody. So that is really...
That is.
So tomorrow, I think it's going to happen at the Winnebago Public School. Check their Facebook page for more information on that. He said there's a lot of people that can come, so parents, make sure that you tell your players to come up there. They ordered like 300 meals for tomorrow's honoring.
Wow.
So I don't know too much about it, but I was hoping he'd come up and talk about that. But that's what I know. So anything else that we want to make mention before we go off the air?
Yeah, Thursday, All Request Live, ARL with me, 11 to 1 p.m. If you have any song requests, you can send them to kwtn@winnebagotribe.com, or you can send to the Facebook page, which is Winnebago the Big Voice, or you can text 402-922-3347.
Next week, we have the Two Spirit organization coming up. We also, I believe, Pilar Aldridge from Whirling Thunder is going to talk about some of the summer programming. Maybe Eugene can join her, and they're going to be up here. 2 weeks after that, we got some heavy hitters coming up here to be on our show. Danelle Smith from the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System is going to be on to talk about some of the things that are in the updates that are happening at the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare 12 Clans Unity Hospital. And so we appreciate that. As always, Sunshine is going to give us some homecoming updates, this day in history, and she's going to help us
I have a
out.
whole list for April.
All right, so there's a lot of good things happening. You folks have a good Easter weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy Good Friday. A lot of good things, a lot of family get-togethers. This afternoon, there might be some severe weather, so keep your guard up on that, folks. And we appreciate all the supporters. I mean, on behalf of myself and everybody that's listening, there's people from overseas that said that they listen to the show, but you know, my mom listens to the show, so that's pretty important too, as well. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
same.
It's very good. That any shout outs that you want to send out there?
Shout out to Coach Q. He sent me that answer for Brian's trivia that we had. He sent me the answer,
That
and he
Midland.
said, "Yep." He's like, "Shout out Coach Q." I didn't see it till way afterwards. I almost could have beat him on
I
that
know.
quiz, huh?
That was really. I
Yeah.
was like, I got nervous all of a sudden. I was like, oh, usually I'm hosting, but flip the script. That was very good. I'm glad that they came up.
Table's turned.
Shout outs or anything?
Shout out to Ryan, who's probably here to help me, but
He was too.
next time.
There you go.
But today is the Winnebago Indian News' deadline at 4:30. So if anybody is that listening wants to submit something or hopefully get it printed or on social media, just email me at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
And Sunshine, you got any shout outs out there?
I don't really have any shout outs besides that, I'm glad that the resolution was passed for our two-spirited people. I'm
Right.
super happy for them, so.
Definitely, definitely. We got a lot of work to do, a lot more education.
Yes.
But thanks everybody that tuned in, and
Yes.
we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Winnebago Talks
you.
this Thursday, ARL with Bethany from 11 to 1 p.m.
Yes.
Make sure you go out there and vote.